Hello my friends and welcome back once again. My name is Jordan, also known as J-Monster, and you're watching a surprise! Oh my god! I haven't personally figured this out, but someone else has clarified to me how to create a GameSpy account. So I've gotten online and I'm doing multiplayer battles. You can see there's a little bit of tree hugging. There's a little bit of smack talk going on here. I'm playing against another player from the TW forums, or the TW Center forums. His name is Arrow to the Knee, or to the Da Knee. And he's playing as the dwarves, and I am playing as the high elves, because I love the elves, and that's all I know how to play in multiplayer. But there's some cool news going on, actually. I'm going to be doing a series based on a multiplayer tournament that's being hosted by some folks in the TW Center, myself and Admiral Thrawn. So you guys are going to see all of the results from that I can get. It's optional for people whether or not they want to have it filmed and put on YouTube. Some people aren't comfortable with that, so that's cool. Mine is going to be on there. Mine's coming up actually today. By the time you see this, it will be today at 11 o'clock. And yeah, we'll see if I get my ass kicked or not. So yeah, as you can see here, there's a big cav fight going on the dwarves' right wing, and our opponent here is moving forward some of his light infantry to harass our archers. And just behind them, a little ways, he's starting to move up some of his heavier dwarven infantry to support his light troops. But we have very much the advantage in the cav department here, which is what I was hoping. When I saw dwarves, I thought I'd bring as much heavy cav as I could possibly afford. We're chewing out his light cav here. Dale cav is not a match for Eldar Inway Lancers. They just don't have a chance. No chance at all. Looks like the lines are starting to clash here. We're taking a bite out of his heavy infantry. He's throwing them in here to wear us down a bit, but I'm keeping a few of my soldiers in reserve. I'm going to start harassing as best I can some of his heavy infantry as they approach us. But it looks like we're going to have to reform our cav line here so they don't get wiped out. We're going to need them to win. Dwarven heavy infantry is more than a match for the high elves. By the way, this is 3.2. This is not my submod. This is not Moss. This is 3.2. But yeah, I try to preserve the numbers of my lancers as best I can because I'm going to need them. Yeah, you can see here that we basically wiped out the Dale cav. They had no chance at all, ever. And we're going to try and prevent them from getting hammer and anvil strikes off here, but it looks like he sent some of his remaining cav units to delay us and to get his heavy infantry stuck into the fight. We're gonna deploy our archers here as best we can. Throw our best soldiers forward here, and we're gonna try and move our archers at some point around the flanks of his units and fire into the back of them, and start to use them as heavy infantry when we have the opportunity to do so. But I can see him going for or at least trying to maneuver around my wings here to get at my calves while I don't have my Eldar Lancers in the area. Not really. Well, looks like we're going to manage to clip a couple units of them, but we're going to focus our archers here on this remaining unit. Looks like they're coming to take a bite out of our archers. Yeah, close-up view here of his Dale cav. You can see they're about ready to rout, and those guys are getting gunned down by our 3 units of archers who are focus firing them. So looks like at this point we've wiped out his entire cav wing, which is a huge bonus for us, because now we're pretty much free to launch hammer and anvil strikes into the backs of his units. Looks like he brought a unit of dwarven iron guard here around the side to flank our. I believe those are swordsmen, and they are monsters. They're freaking tanks. So we're going to peel off a unit of archers. And we're going to fire into the sides and backs of them for a little while, and then we're going to engage them in close combat as soon as our numbers start to thin out. What we got here? Looks like the enemy has engaged us with some of his remaining light. He's not happy about the fact that we are able to get off charges onto the back of his units here. Our units are holding the line, but as you can see by our numbers, they're starting to thin out pretty quickly here. Looks like he managed to clip one of our remaining units of Eldar Inway Lancers, so they're going to suffer quite badly. Looks like he got some of his light infantry in there, and they are armor piercing, as are all dwarven units in this. So it looks like he's not even going to bother to try and chase us, because he can't.
Enemy
not with
general
the light infantry
lies
anyway.
dead.
He's still after us with that 1 unit of iron guard, so we're gonna kite them around the field a little bit, and I think we're going to wipe out the remainder of his cav. Looks like one of our cav units here got stuck in for a little too long. I think, yeah, we shortly before all of this, we managed to kill his general, so that's amazing. Yeah, it looks like our cav units are getting steadily depleted. I mean, even charging into the backs of the dwarves, they're still taking a pretty disproportionate number of casualties, I think. But we're gonna launch some more hammer and anvil strikes here at 3 different points on his line, just try and thin them out, give our soldiers a chance here. Looks like on the left-hand side, we're beginning to overlap his troops, which is good. Pull our troops out of there so they don't get sandwiched between those guards of Khazad-dûm and a full unit of Iron Guard. That would not be good. Looks like we managed to thin out that unit of Iron Guard on that side. They've taken well over half casualties. And we've redirected our archer fire so that we're not hitting our own troops, thankfully. I do that a few times in this, I'm sure you've seen it already. Oops, my bad. So I think we engaged him on our leftmost extreme wing with a unit of our Elder Inway bowmen, which is good because they're actually quite able heavy infantry. Oh, looks like another horseman just went down. Yeah, at this point our heavy cav is very, very thin. We've got one unit of 20 is really the one where our general is, and that's the most effective unit that we have available to us right now. Yeah, they're not going to do very much on the charge against those dwarves, and they're going to take some casualties before I manage to pull them out and get them to escape. So seeing the predicament that we're in with that reinforcing unit of Iron Guard joining the fight, I'm going to throw some Lancers in. But things are going much better for us on this side. Looks like our Elder Inway archers have managed to carve through the light infantry there, and now we're surrounding what remains of the dwarven infantry on this side. But it's more Iron Guard, and they're just going to last for friggin' ever. So seeing that the battle is going much better on this side, that numbers are definitely in our favor, I'm going to try and crush the dwarven left wing here. I'm going to bring my Lancers around this side. And at this point, he really has nothing. There's nothing he can do to stop me from launching these strikes into the back of his troops. So I have the upper hand here, although I'm trying very, very hard to preserve the numbers of my remaining Elder and Lancers, because they are very much the game winners on this kind of side. So yeah, we're going to run right into the backs of them. It's not going to do a whole lot. We'll probably take a few casualties in the retreat ourselves. We're just going to cycle charges in and out as much as we can. It looks like our general's unit doesn't really want to respond for some reason. Yeah, they're stuck in there. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like finally the AI has decided to not cripple us here. Looks like we have some routers that we just ran through. That's good. Looks like he sees this charge coming, so he's very wisely going to turn his troops around. And as a result, our 2 units there, low strength units, are probably going to take some casualties. It looks like we are just mopping up the dwarves on that side, and once our infantry on that side is free up, it's going to be a much more even battle in terms of our infantrymen on the other side here. I mean, we outnumber them, but those Iron Guard they're holding their ground quite well. And our troops are really quite thin. It's our archers that are holding our line together at this point. So I'm just going to continue to launch some more strikes into the back of his troops. There's only a few of his Iron Guard left on that left side. So yeah, they're starting to be surrounded. I'm using those smaller groups of Lancers to launch hammer and anvil strikes, but they're just being wiped out quite handily by the dwarves. Outnumbered and tired though they may be, we're still having trouble cracking these iron-shod nuts here. Yeah, just throwing my cavalry in there. There's so few of them left now at this point that there's not much shock impact. It's really going to be up to our general unit right there. You can see our general still alive, thankfully. Otherwise, we would have been in some trouble earlier, especially when things were not exactly going our way. So finally, our infantry on that side have dealt with the dwarves, and we are going to peel them off and throw them into the backs of these Iron Guard here and just completely surround them. And finally put an end to this very, very stout dwarvish resistance. So yeah, they're gonna take some time getting around there. But at this point, the match is pretty much won. Yeah, the dwarves are still gonna put up a resistance for quite some time, a surprising amount of time, given the amounts of forces that are still arrayed against them. It looks like I'm gonna use this opportunity to, just throw my cavalry in there. So they're gonna witness a very amazing last stand here by these dwarves. 12 of them against a few hundred high elves, all of whom are quite able in our just look at the carnage here. Just complete slaughter. Our two armies just wiped each other out. I mean, none of my units are combat effective at this point except for the archers. And even then they have taken some pretty bad casualties. Yeah, so we're slowly beating down these dwarves. I'm going to try and speed up the battle at this point because it's taken quite a while. Let's see. Yeah, 8 they're not even, like, they're still eager for battle. Looks like one of them's going down. So, oh yeah, this is where they start to form, I think. I think there's only about 5 of them left. At this point, I think I pressed the wrong button and all of my troops went into, like, loose formation or something. So, whoops. Doesn't really matter, though, because that is the currency again. So it's going to take a while. Our swordsman here is going to stab them back.
Our foe is utterly vanquished.
Just
let all who remember this day
we've officially won the battle at this point,
the day
and
of our
that is
most
the end.
Glorious victory.
It's a great game to my opponent, and yeah, it was a close battle. It was a very close battle. So I hope you guys enjoyed.